Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my gratitude journal, February 2023. I will get it right. We're nearly at March. March is definitely my favourite month. So that could be because it's my birthday month. Not that I keep going on about that. You know me? I'm dead sad. But, so I'm realising this angle of this video is not great. There you go. You don't want to see just a clip of my head off. So I like doing these, and apparently last month actually had quite a lot of people that liked me doing the gratitude video. It's quite a personal, a little bit booky stuff, but it's more of a personal journey about what I'm grateful for. So I have got some books I'll be showing you because I like to make it definitely my channel. But I want to talk about some things that I'm grateful for. I'm not going to do it in the order of the events of these things. This time round I've written a few notes so I don't forget anything. Because typical me, I do have a habit of forgetting lots of things. I am slightly daft. Now, I can't remember last month whether I recorded my gratitude journal before I went out with Gemma, that was previously Read a Book Gem, but we did go out on right at the end of January, and I'm going to be including the books I bought in my February book haul, which was not the most sensible decision I ever made, because in February, it's a shorter reading month. I've had a lot of rereads, and one book that's been borrowed, and I've still bought normal books. So my physical unread TBR, I'm guessing when you see that the stats and in the wrap up, you'll see that number's gone up a little bit. I am trying my hardest to read as much as I can. Like literally, I'm reading fast, and I'm probably being a bit stupid with my reading, and I think I'm not being great with that. But yeah, the unhaul, yeah. I think that book haul, leaving it onto February was not the most sensible option, which is why all my March's books will be March release books. And that will also be because it's with the birthday month. I'm guessing some people are going to get me books. At least some people will get me books. And I'm also going to Wokingham twice, which is like the book capital of the charity shop capital. I'm going once with Chris on my birthday and once with Charlie from Charlie Book Reads the week after my birthday. And at the end of the month, I'm going to London, hopefully, to go to Katie's book release. Yeah, I'm going to kill myself. Not literally, but, you know, metaphorically, it's going to be, I've got to be careful not buying too many books. So, yeah, but like I said, grateful that I had a great time with Jem. It really cheered me up. We had a lovely meal. Jem's like one of my best friends ever, and I love her so much. She bought me some great presents, and we had meals, we had everything like that, and that was great. I've also had a coffee shop date with Mia, my daughter. We went to the town, we did a bit of shopping, and then we went to Costa and had coffee. I had a coffee, obviously, she had a drink. And we had like cake each, and it was lovely. We had real precious time. We've really been getting closer. And I think that's the biggest thing about February is that I've had a lot of family time, which I've loved. So, actually, I wasn't going to do this in order. One of the things we've been playing as a family. Now, Charlie from Charlie Book Reads, she is a big one in her family. They play a lot of board games. They do a lot of family stuff. I've always been so jealous that her kids are older and they do a lot of stuff. But this last month or so, we started playing Friends Seen It. Now, I know Friends is quite an old programme. It finished like over 10 years ago. But we watch it religiously from series 1 till the end on repeat mode. Yes, that's very sad, but it's the one programme that all of us like. So we've been playing at least once or twice a week. Friends Seen It. We've been playing as a family. I've won 1. Chris has won 2. Thomas is annoyed because he hasn't won any yet. Mia nearly won last week's one. But we've been playing that. We've had like some family popcorn. We've had lovely family time. We've watched a few family shows. We've now started watching like Lingo on ITV, which is like a word game, and Chris and the kids love it. We all love it, and it's really good for them because it's educational. But it's a really good family thing. Like, I can be reading my book and look over it and join in, and they can be doing what they're doing, and we all join in together. So that's been really good fun. We've also, last week was half term, and it was the week that the weather was really nice. So thank you, God, that was amazing. And we played the first lot of family football out in the garden. Bit muddy. We all got a few bruises on the legs because Thomas really does kick hard. But his face when we all started playing family football together, it's something we do a lot in the summer, and as the spring and as the garden dries out a bit more, we'll be doing that again. And it was absolutely incredible. I loved the family time. I loved playing football out in the garden with them. I loved joining in. it's something that my operation has led me that I can, because of my device, I can actually do that now, which is something I dream come true to be able to do that. So we've done that. I've loved seeing the spring flowers come out. Now, I'm filming this on the 22nd. I'm hoping to go for a walk tomorrow and I want to go up to Bill Hill and see if I can see some flowers. No, actually I'm going to go around Mill Pond because the flowers are there on the way there. So once I've dropped Thomas and Mia off at school tomorrow, I'm going to go for a little walk and see more of the flowers that are coming up, like the snowdrops and all the other beautiful flowers. I've loved watching that. Last week we had my friend, on half term, we also had my friend's daughter Ava, and we went to the park and I got little pictures of them with the flowers, and they played at the park, which was lovely. What other things? I've also been cooking now. Well, not so much this week because it's been one of those weeks. Yeah, I had a bit of a fall and I've got very sore hands, so I've not been cooking as much this week. But I've started cooking some meals from scratch. So like I did this peri-peri chicken with spicy rice. I've got some other healthy meals. I love cooking like from scratch, and that was like a homemade coleslaw I made up. Like tonight, I love making these new meals from scratch, and Chris loves it. I love my homemade coleslaw more than I wouldn't buy shop bought coleslaw now. I love making it homemade, and it's not the same, but it's lovely. And Chris has been raving about the fact my cooking to everyone, so that's also in itself made me really happy. Now, I had a new haircut on Monday. My hairdresser is going on maternity leave, like literally this week, so I won't be getting cut from her. I've got to find a new hairdresser, which will be interesting. But I thought, hit the big 4-4 in a couple of weeks, literally 2 weeks, and I thought I'd get a new haircut, get a bit of pampering. I might paint my nails because obviously I've been so good. I've booked a whole week off work, so I'm not even at Baz Books. I booked, like, literally, I work on the Sunday before my birthday, and my birthday will be on Thursday, and I'm not back at work till the following Friday, the week after that. So I've literally got over a week and a half off work, which I can't wait. It sounds really sad, but I really am looking forward to having time with, like, the family. Like, me and Chris have got at least a long weekend together. Oh my God. So I wanted to have my hair cut for that. I want to be able to dress up a little bit. On my birthday, we're only sort of going to Woking and doing the charity shops, but then we're going to go out for lunch. So I want to look a bit nice, but not too nice, if that makes sense. So I wanted to do a haircut to have that to make myself feel better. On another note, we've obviously had a very protective cat that's sitting over there. We had a bit of a wobble this month. So because this is a gratitude journal, I'm going to turn the negative into a positive. I had a bit of a wobble at the start of February in the fact that my fingers, they've been struggling in the winter, and then they're quite bobbly, and they get very like purple, and I can't feel the tips of my fingers, and the tips of my toes started playing up. Now, we've always thought that it was Raynaud's, but I've never had a clear diagnosis from the doctors. And when the weather was very cold a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't actually feel two or three of my toes, and Charlie FaceTime me, and because she was concerned, I sent her a message. My mum's had other stuff going on, so I sent Charlie a message saying, I can't feel my toes, I'm a little bit worried. And it was on the leg that had the DVT, and because of that, Charlie took one, FaceTimed me, and she was like, your toes are white, this is not right, she's worried, you need to call the doctor straight away. Now, a big also thank you to the Book Waffle girls again, Jem, Danny, Jack, Alice and Ange. They're all like my BookTube besties. I don't need to link their channels, I talk about them all the bloody time. But between them and Charlie, they were like, you need to get this checked out. So I called my doctor. Because it was the DVT leg, they rushed me straight in. Charlie was she is like my bestie. I was so anxious. I have a real anxiety issue with doctors because of what's happened to me. But I went there, and straight away, the doctor, I saw a locum, and she diagnosed the Raynaud's straight away. She's given me some great advice about what I need to do. I need to keep my hands and fingers covered more. But this is not just a winter condition. This is summer and stress related. So with the extreme weathers, I need to keep my hands warmer all the time, my feet warmer all the time. I've got slippers, thick socks, that kind of thing. But also I need to, in the summer, I need to do the opposite. Like I shouldn't be wearing the pumps in the summer. I need to get some better sandals so that my toes don't get too hot, because again, keeping my extremities cool in the summer, because that could have also been why I had a very, very bad sunburn over the summer holiday. So I've got to be very careful in all the weathers. But my big thank you is to Charlie, because I've spent years wondering if I had this condition. years throwing my head in the sand, and she and the girls encouraged me to get it checked out. My other sister Vicky and my mum were also amazing, and we got it checked out and I got the diagnosis and I'm getting help. Brilliant. On that note, I will fill you in. I've decided not to go ahead with the hospital referral for the chronic pain because I've coped with it. Positive side is I'm now back on track. I've not had a flare this month yet. My pain is under a lot more control. I am a lot happier. My anxiety is under a lot more control, and I am getting myself back on track. And this is with me having PMT, so God knows how this is doing it. I'm doing it. But I definitely feel like I'm back under control. By facing up to what was wrong with me and the anxiety and the pain, I've got some short-term medication. I've not had to go up my long-term medication, and I feel like I'm back into control. So thank you to all of you for your support. Again, you've all been absolutely incredible. And Charlie, my bestie, I literally love her. Now, on the first romantic thing, yeah, there's a bit of, prepare for the next few minutes of soppy stuff about Chris. And then I'll show you some books about some of the books I've got. So we had Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. Now, because it was half term, we couldn't go out for a meal. Don't like asking for childcare, and Chris was at work. So we had like a big pizza, he bought a really posh one from Morrison's. We had pizza. He bought me some chocolate bars, which he knows I love. Double deckers are my favourite chocolate bar. He got me the most gorgeous card. Look at that. It says, I love our fun times and happy times, and I love our just the two of us together times. Not that we get many of those. And I loved everything we share. And he put, no wonder I can't wait to marry you. Yeah, that'll bloody happen at some point. And he put some sweet words, but yeah, he got me that. And then, I'll be honest, one of the main Valentine's present I picked for myself when I went to buy Jem from Gemma Books' birthday present, I saw this book that I've been dying to have for ages, Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. It's the second in the Legendborn series, and it came out last year. I didn't buy it straight away. I was hoping to buy it in Wokingham in the Waterstones, but they didn't have it, which turned out to be good because this was a lot cheaper in the works. Not that I'm promoting anyone's doodahs, but this was a lot cheaper there. And it's basically, it's the second in the Legendborn series, and all Bree wanted was to uncover the truth about her mother's death, so she infiltrated the Legendborn Order, a secret society descended from King Arthur's knights, only to discover her own ancestral power. Now Bree has become something new, a medium, a bloodcrafter, and scion. I don't want to say any more than that because it is second in the series, but it's YA fantasy at its best, and I loved it. So I cannot read, Legendborn was amazing, and I can't wait to read Bloodmarked. So he got me, so I bought that, and I thought, do you know what, Chris, I buy it on my card so that Chris is actually paying for it. And I waited, and I got that for Valentine's. So I got that and the double decker. And then yesterday we went out for a belated Valentine's lunch because we had our new oven got delivered, and oh my God, we got a new oven a couple of weeks ago and it broke within the day or so of us getting it. So luckily we'd kept our old oven, so we had to reconnect our old oven. My father-in-law had to reconnect our old oven, and we had to get the new one to get delivered, and it got delivered yesterday. It's in working. It's taking a bit of fun trying to get it to work out which way bit of the oven it heats up is the hottest, and yeah, but it did get delivered. And because Chris wanted to obviously be there to make sure that we knew everything about it, so that we didn't have any problems this time. He only worked an hour, not even 3 hours. I think he worked 2.75 hours or something. He came home early and he decided he wasn't going to go back to work and we would go out for lunch. So we went to lunch at GBK in Bracknell. I had a bottle of Prosecco, a small bottle obviously. And my first ever GBK burger, and OMG, it was gorgeous. It was we had a gorgeous meal, we had a lovely date. And that date, it was like a proper date, like a belated Valentine's Day date, and I loved it. So thank you, Chris, it was amazing. So now I thought I would show you some of the books that, I'm only showing you 3 because obviously I've got a fair few more to go in my book haul, which will be not the next video, the one after that. I always like to show you a bit of other videos I got. So the first book I got, which was Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Now I'm collecting the Wordsworth Classics edition. I have read Great Expectations and I had an old copy, but it was a battered and bruised copy and it wasn't the best copy, and I wanted my own copy of this one because Great Expectations is one of my favourite Dickens. So to find this in my charity shop for like £1, it was nothing. And this is considered to be Dickens' finest novel. to me, David Copperfield was the finest novel. I just absolutely love this, and it's about Pip, who is the book's narrator, the orphan Pip, from a boy of shallow dreams to a man with a depth of character, from his famous dramatic opening on the bleak Kentish marshes. The story abounds about him, and you've got you meet Joe Gargery, you meet Miss Havisham, Abel Magwitch. Oh, it's just so many great characters, and I love this, and I can't wait to reread it at some point. Obviously, I'm doing my Dickens project at the moment, but that's to read all of Dickens that I've not read. But I think I may, at the start of next year, read that as maybe one of the prompts for my next readathon if I do it. But I think I want to read that in January, maybe. Then one of the books, I'm only showing you like one book from like a couple of the hauls. And then one of the books I got, which was a treat to myself when I went out with Gemma I didn't buy very many books. Yeah, I kind of did. But I thought I wanted to treat myself. I did buy Gomersham Park. And then this book was on offer for like half price, for cheap as anything. And this is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garnsworth. I'm hoping this is going to be on the BookTube, on the women's prize list, because it is one that I'm so excited about. And look at the spine. Now it's got like all the periodic table on the spine. Not all of it, but it's got some of the periodic table on the spine. And look at this hardback. Oh my God. Like, look. I don't buy hardbacks very often because they are more expensive and they're harder to hold. But look at that. I mean, can you see it? Oh my. The hardback's absolutely stunning, and it's also got like a little bookmark inside it, I think. Yeah, it's got like a little bookmark. And this is I think this is the Waterstones Classic Special Edition. And Jem found it in the charity shop, not in this good condition and not with the spine, but she found it in the charity shop for like a couple of quid. So when she got it, I thought, oh, I want to buddy read this. And Jem from Gem of Books had talked about it a lot. She's got it. I think a lot of my BookTube friends have got it. And this, I'm really, really hoping this is on the women's prize, because then I don't have to buy extra. This is about the chemist Elizabeth Zott. She's not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there's no such thing. But it's the early 1960s, and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute take a very unscientific view of equality, except for one, Calvin Evans, a lonely, brilliant Nobel Prize nominated grudge holder who falls in love with all of her things, with all of things, her mind. True chemistry results, and then stuff happens. And if this comes out as a women's prize, I'm buddy reading this with Jem this year. It will get read this year. I am desperate to read it. I can't wait. And then the lovely Jem from Gem of Books, who will obviously be linked down below, she was getting rid of a load of books, and she was like, she sent all of our group messages to find out if we wanted any of them. And for some reason, she gave me, she didn't like Stoneblind as much as she wanted to, and she bought this full price at Waterstones. And again, look at the spine, and she sent it to me for free as a present. Like, how amazing is Jem? Like, she didn't want to keep it, and this is a Waterstones signed. It's a signed exclusive edition. I didn't even bloody realise that, Jem. Oh my God, it's a signed. I've never had a signed edition. Jem, I love you. She doesn't do soppy, but it's a signed edition. But it's still, look how gorgeous this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I've got a thing about gorgeous books. I definitely am a book collector. Jack's always described me as a book collector rather than just a book reader. This is about Medusa, and this is Medusa's story. I'm reading a lot more Greek mythology books. Medusa is the sole mortal of her family of gods. Growing up with her Gorgon sisters, she begins to realise she is the only one who experiences changes, the only one who can be hurt, and that her mortal lifespan gives her an urgency that her family will never know. This looks absolutely stunning. I can't believe she sent this to me still. I literally, so grateful. When we talk about gratitude, yeah, I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for all the people who've sent me books. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for my family, friends, Chris, the kids, all of you. How many people can say how lucky they are like this? I don't let these like silly little knockdowns beat me. Like, I'm just the luckiest person in the world. Still do a job I enjoy. I've got Baz Books, I've got you, BookTube, I've got you. My 40s are definitely my best decade. I bloody love it. I love getting old. I'm determined not to be old. I'm determined to ignore the grey hairs that are appearing. Let's be grateful for what you've got. As always, in the comments down below, let me know what you're grateful for. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.